Hey everybody, how's it going? I just wanted to say thank you very much to all of you for the support, the kind words, kind emails, kind letters, and above all, whoever managed to reach out to someone that actually managed to change something with regards to this video that I did yesterday saying my business might have 32 days before it is shut down by NYC. I went over the fact that I have been trying to renew a license now for 13 months, and I can't get them to renew it, even if I pay them. And they said if I did not have this done, I would not be able to do business by August 14th. And as I said, you can't go to the DCA to do this. You have to get an appointment by emailing them, and I've never gotten them to respond to an email. Well, this morning was quite different. I received several phone calls from the DCA and some other people that were a little bit higher up than the DCA, it seems, and I was spoken to like a Hilton hotel guest, which is very different from every other experience that I've ever had with the DCA. I remember when we were trying to get our license address changed from 186 First Avenue to here last November, my receptionist was nearly in tears after hours upon hours on the phone with seemingly mean-spirited people. One of them was actually screaming at her, and I still have recordings of that somewhere that I gotta look up. But this experience was very different. And as much as I'd like to imagine that the reason everything was different was because, they just magically decided today is the day that they're going to change how everything works, I can't help but wonder if part of that is the exposure that happened as a result of all of you. And I have a lot of gratitude for that. I really do. And one thing I wanted to say here is I just want to say thank you for Adria Arroyo. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name, for being the first positive interaction I have ever had at the DCA in 9 years. I said in this post here, if everyone at the DCA were like Adria Arroyo, New York City bureaucracy would suck less and the city would be thriving. She figured out what was screwed up with my license. My receptionist was almost at the point of tears dealing with someone at the DCA who was processing my change of address last year, literally dealing with someone screaming at them who was rude and a jackass. And I imagine whoever was working on that messed it up entirely so that when I actually went to renew that license, it didn't go through. I wrote a letter to the commissioner and the comptroller personally thanking Adria Arroyo for her work. People who give a crap about their jobs in bureaucracy are few and far between these days, and they deserve recognition when they go above and beyond and do it well. And she did, and I really appreciate that. So my issue is now resolved. And again, this is... Now, the one thing I would say is that... How about this? This shouldn't happen because a guy with 1.59 million subscribers does a video. This should be the default for anybody that runs a business in this city. And I'm not so naive as to imagine that the experience that I had might just so slightly have been adjusted because of the fact that over 200,000 people saw this video yesterday and were making a stink about it. I was getting people, and I realize at the end of the day that the experience that I have, unfortunately, is not going to be the experience of my neighboring small businesses that deal with this kind of stuff in the city. And I think that's something that needs to change. Now, one of you suggested speaking to the commissioner, and one of the reasons I know they don't respond to emails is when I got my fine for not having a Leads Online record for a purchase that I never made, one of the things I did is I contacted the DCA to ask, how can I be in compliance with this rule? I want to be in compliance with this rule. What do I do next time so that whatever I do, I don't get a fine from? I called them, and as I went over in this video, nobody for 20 minutes was able to tell me what the rule is or how to be in compliance with it. They gave me a phone number and an email that I could contact in order to get feedback on how to be in compliance with what I was fined for. And it's been months. This premiered April 26th, May, June, half of July, and I haven't heard anything. It's just about 3 months. I haven't heard anything. And I'm not accepting that as an answer anymore, to be honest with you. I settled that because I did not want to risk having to pay a $15,000 fine if I was found guilty. And B, I honestly just don't have the time to constantly fight the city. I'm working on a lot. There's a lot of cool things going on right now with Right to Repair and with my business. I just don't have the time to screw with that. But in this particular issue, I really don't want to take no for an answer. I want to know. I sent an email to the commissioner, and I'm probably going to keep pushing the commissioner. It looks like the new commissioner here is Sandra Abeles. My apologies if I mispronounce your name. I sent an email. I sent a complaint. And I want to know, how is it that you're able to fine people for something that you're literally not able to Explain. Like, if I tell one of my employees, you broke this rule, you're getting a write-up, that employee should be able to come to me and say, okay, how do I avoid breaking this rule in the future? How can I comply? How can I work within your standards so that I don't get a write-up again? I don't get to just ignore them like that. I mean, I guess I could, but that would be a fairly screwed up thing to do to them. And I'm going to keep pushing the city on this. I just, contact the commissioner, ask people to contact the commissioner. Why is it that it's okay that you could fine a small business for doing something that you claim is wrong, but you're unwilling to tell them how to do it right? Unless, of course, the intention is to have the ability to fine anybody for any reason at any given time and not have them know what the right thing to do is. It's almost like you don't care if we know how to do what we're supposed to be doing so that we can be in compliance with the law, because that would lead to less fines. But I don't want to assume the worst of the city, so I'm confident that I'm going to receive a response to that email. I hope I do. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. And again, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I talk about moving out of this city, and the way that this city treats businesses, that is most certainly still in my roadmap. I'm just not in a place where I could move entirely by August 14th. It has to be a crossfade. So I'm really, really happy and grateful to every single person who was helpful in some way so that I can retain my license, I can stay in business, and at the very least, I can fight the long battle with bureaucracy rather than this, you're out of business in a month thing, because that would have sucked. See you all in the next video. Bye now.